War begins for Jerusalem. Turkey's last warning to Israel. Islamic world armies united for Gaza. And they are already in Gaza. So, what is happening this time? Something shocking, something absolutely brutal taking place. Unless we have some peace deal going on, this situation is going to only escalate. So, what happened this time? Let me tell you this few things from this report. On the last day of the Israel-Hamas war, an unexpected, quote unquote, statements came from Turkish President Erdogan. The Ankara government, which has been in a state of great tension, according to this report, I'm reading from this report, who are even having some real dilemma what to do, how to tackle the situation. The Ankara government, which has been in a state of great tension with the United States, US, recently has sent the first support plane for Palestinian. Erdogan statement claiming that the Israeli government, they are using disproportionate force that has garnered the reactions of many world states, especially the United States. I actually want to show the report here so you can also read with me, because things are escalating, things are getting pretty intense, and looks like no party is going to bow down to the other. But we do need some peace deal immediately if we want to avoid this kind of escalation any further happening. So government, this Israeli government, they're using disproportionate force according to Erdogan, and the developments that caused the tension to increase between the NATO countries and the coalition of Muslim countries. Obviously, because Turkey is part of the NATO, they do have to talk about the whole situation, and they do matter because NATO has the second largest military, or the second largest military in the NATO alliance after United States. So everything that Erdogan is saying must be taken seriously. The coalition of Muslim countries has taken the tension in the Middle East to a completely different level, as we know right now. Saudi Arabia is also pitching in. They are showing no sign of talking or starting any negotiation with anybody, especially with the United States. In fact, MBS, Mohammed bin Salman, he did not even want to meet Anthony Blinken, the U.S. Secretary of State. He said, wait for me, and he did not show up, MBS, for a very long time, for several hours. Okay, so this has gone to a completely different level. There is no doubt about that. The claims about who will lead the coalition formed by the Muslim geography, now obviously looks like, according to this report, we're going to see a Muslim coalition army again, and they are not sure yet, according to this report again, who will be leading this coalition by the Muslim geography, which explains that they see Hamas's activities as a legitimate defense against Israel have stunned the whole world on the 6th day of the war. I mean, this is something nobody expected, because everybody in the past thought that the Muslim world, they're actually united against Hamas. They're actually united to defend Gaza itself from Hamas and West Bank, entire Palestinian territories. But now things are looking absolutely completely different, and people are seeing Hamas as the leader, as the legitimate leader. So let's read from this report a little bit more. So this was the 6th day of the war between Israel and Hamas. The Israel Defense Forces further increased its airstrike against Hamas decoys in the Gaza Strip. The illegal paramilitary, according to this report, the paramilitary that Hamas has is illegal. I mean, okay, so this is looks like coming from the Western News Organization. Hamas, which has been trying to carry out military activities within the border of Israel for years, has paid a very heavy price for conducting airstrikes against Israel. Brigadier General Daniel Hagan, head of the Israeli Defense Forces, his spokesman, unit stated that 3,600 Hamas points have been neutralized. So Israel is claiming early victory over Hamas and saying that 3,600 points, Hamas points, were neutralized, and they're also claiming victory over the number of death of Hamas members. So this is again coming from Israeli Defense Forces and the news there. and they have been neutralized so far. In addition, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who accepted the offer of an emergency government from Israeli opposition leader Benny Gantz to improve the border security, stated that they will continue the fight until Hamas is completely annihilated. I mean, this is why they are into this kind of war, to get rid of Hamas once and for all. What is happening now, obviously, this is not something that Erdogan would like very much. So obviously Erdogan is going to be having some big problem. And one report that it suggested that Turkish special military forces are already preparing, to help the group Hamas, and also they're sending some, aid to the Palestinians there. But there is another report which I find very, very shocking, that said that the Wagner group, Russian Wagner group, under the leadership of obviously Putin, is actually also helping Hamas. So this is going to be a multi-front battle for Israel. It is not just one or the other. It's going to be a huge problem. So now the fight until Hamas is completely eliminated. Israel officials announced that 750 Hamas militant positions were hit by airstrike during the past night. Means it happened last night. During this process, many Western states, especially United States, became a single heart against Hamas, arguing that the attacks carried out by Israel were legitimate target. Obviously, we know that what Israel did in Gaza, when they targeted a hospital, and there were a lot of casualties. Hundreds and thousands of people lost their lives, and so things are getting a little bit out of control at the moment. But then again, when you are telling us, the one side you have Israeli telling us, well, anything that we target is legit. On the other hand, you also have Gazan people, Palestine, saying that no, you guys are doing something that is a war crime. So conflicting reports are coming from different sources. Obviously, we know that this number, the casualties, are growing, especially on the Palestinian side and also on the Israeli side. States became single heart carried out by Israel were a legitimate defense. On the other hand, Turkey, which is a NATO member like the United States, made assessments when it came to the last day of the war, which changed everything. Turkish President Erdogan made very striking allegations during his statement on October 13, 2023. President Erdogan, who interpreted the airstrike carried out by Hamas at the beginning of the war as disaster, he appealed to the Israeli and Palestinian government for peace. So Erdogan's rhetoric is something that is not sitting well with the Israelis. So Erdogan's rhetorics aimed at maintaining the policy of balance, emphasizing that neither the Israeli nor the Palestinian people should pay the price for the move of the illegal paramilitary organization. But anyways, situation is such that right now it is a battle for survival on both sides. Israel sees for the first time in decades that this is a battle for their own survival, and they have never faced this kind of challenges in this kind of situation in the history of their country. The last time they faced some challenge was when the Arab coalition, they coalesced together to attack Israel. But after that, it's been a long time. They did not see a similar situation like until now. So this is going to be a huge challenge, a big disaster for the Israeli army and the defense forces. So obviously this is going to be a battle for the city Jerusalem. The Hamas leader, they already said this, that we are not going to stop until we have until we liberate Jerusalem, until we liberate Masjid al-Aqsa. And so this is not going to stop. This is going to be a long war. Hopefully this is not going to be a war of attrition, but you never know where it will head to. At this moment, things are looking very fluid. It can go either way, and Erdogan, he definitely wants some firm solution. This is not going to be unlike what we have seen in the past, where they attack they face attack, so counter attack, and then everybody will forget. This is not going to be like that. this is going to be a permanent solution. This is what the Arab world, they're working on to find a permanent solution to the situation. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.